The topic of this video is determining the present or future value of a lump sum of money. Let's look at a problem. Find the principal needed now to get $50 after 1 3/4 years at 3% compounded continuously. All right, so there's a couple of things that we noticed right away from this problem. First of all, it says it's compounded continuously, so we're going to use the PERT formula, F equals PE to the RT. The second thing that I noticed is that the number of years contains a mixed fraction, a mixed number. So let's just briefly review how we convert a mixed number to a decimal. Let's say we had something like this, 2 3/5, and we wanted to convert that to a decimal. The way you do that is you take the denominator, multiply it by the integer, then add the numerator. So 5 times 2 plus the 3, and then all of that is divided by your original denominator. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 3 is 13, so this would be the fraction 13/5. Using the same approach, we can convert 1 3/4. So 4 times 1 plus 3 divided by the original denominator of 4. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7. 7/4, which as a decimal is 1.75. All right, so we know that in this particular problem that when we write t, the number of years, we're going to use the number 1.75. Okay, great. Let's solve this problem. Here we go. Continuously, we need the PERT formula, F equals PE to the RT. And we read the problem and write what we learned. Find the principal, so that means P is our unknown. We'll write P equals question mark. To get $50 after some period of time, so that's money in the future. Specifically 1 3/4 years, so that's T equals 1.75. At 3% compounded continuously. So that's R is 3%, which is the same thing as 3 times 0.01, which is 0.03. All right, let's put it all in our formula. So F is 50, P we leave as P, E is a mathematical constant, R is 0.03, T is 1.75. Okay, let's do a little bit of simplifying here. 50 is equal to P e to the, I'm going to multiply these two decimals, 0.0525. I'm going to make sure that I did that correctly. 0.03 times 1.75, 0.0525. We're good. Okay, wonderful. Now, let's be thoughtful. Let's pause for a moment and think. P is the variable we're looking for. When the variable you're looking for is up in the exponent, use the converter. Is this P up in the exponent? The answer is no. So we will not use our converter for this problem. So what will we do instead? Well, we will recognize that P is being multiplied by this value right here. And if you are trying to get a variable like P alone, you need to do the opposite. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. We're going to divide both sides by e to the 0.0525. So our repeated equation is being written here. And now I'm going to divide both sides by e to the 0.0525. So then the e to the 0.0525s cancel on the right side, and we're left with the exact answer, P is equal to 50 divided by e to the 0.0525 power. Now, of course, this is not a very practical answer. We need to know how much money we need now. This doesn't tell me how much money I need to set aside until I pick up my calculator. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and do this. So first we're going to enter the 50, then the division key, then enter our entire denominator in parentheses. So I'm going to hit an open parenthesis, then I'm going to do e to a power. Now in this particular calculator, e to a power is above the natural log key, and so I have to shift. So I'm going to hit my green shifting key and then ln. That gives me e to the, and then I can put in this decimal, 0.0525. I'll hit the right arrow to get outside of my exponent, and then the right parentheses to close out my division. And when I hit enter, then I'm going to get this value, 47.44271605. Now this is money. Find the principal. So I'm going to put a dollar sign symbol in front of this, and I'm going to round to 2 decimal places because we're dealing with money. The calculator says 442, so I'm going to leave this as $47.44. So we now have our answer, $47.44. But the purpose of college is to learn about how to make good decisions in the real world. So let's take a moment now and talk about the significance of this answer. Think about what the question was asking. How much money do I need now, today, so that when I invest it in an account and I come back 1.75 years later, there'll be $50 waiting for me? And the answer to the question was $47.44. Now think about that. You need to have $47.44 right now, today, so that when you invest it and come back almost 2 years later, you will be up to $50. You will have made $2.56 in 21 months. I can make $2.56 in 21 minutes if I just get in a car and I go out and I ask people for money. Now, the point of this particular exercise is to illustrate the idea that if you want to make a lot of money by investing, you have to have a lot of money to start with. And so, time is a critical element in being able to invest in your future. Many of you watching this video are young. Many of you, not all, but many of you. Many of you are 20-somethings or 30-somethings. So I encourage you, I implore you, I beg you, when you graduate from college and you use that degree to get that job that you've been looking for, and the money starts coming in, don't spend all of it. Take as much of that money as you can possibly set aside and put it in an investment account for your future, so that as time goes by, that amount of money gets bigger and bigger and bigger, which will make it worthwhile to have that money invested, so that when you come back to that account 20, 30, or 40 years later, when you are ready to retire, there's going to be an amount of money there that is so big that you'll be able to work and live comfortably off of that money for your end of days.